Hello, my name is Steven, and welcome here. It feels like it's been a long time coming. That's for sure. Hello, and welcome to my humble abode. And here for me to state my case and what happened to two dear friends of mine, friends that I thought were going to be making it a wild case, like legit. Lizette and Anne. Here's what I think or what I believe happened. But first, before we even get to the minutia and all the meat and potatoes of each and every story, as I do, let's tell the tale. Because remember, as we left, we were in our separate areas. We had Team John, Team Lindsay. As Team John, we were at Room Air. Team Lindsay, who knows? So Adam, Billy, Ethan, and Ryan board their jet to come back, and then us, which is me, Ross, Sarah, Rebecca, and Zed, yeah, we get on our 737. At that point, Robojohns opens the limousine doors for us, and then although the flight back to Missoula is very uneventful, everyone is still on edge. The house guests have learned to never trust the hollow words of the killer or puppet master. As the house guests pull up to the lodge, they notice some strange tire tracks in the third driveway. As they round the corner to the front of the lodge, they see some construction equipment in the distance. House guests, it's my pleasure to welcome you back to Grizzly Claw Lodge. So we are back at the lodge, Gavin says. If you look to your right, you'll see that the puppet master has installed an airtight storage bunker on the east hill of the lodge. There for emergency purposes. There are other renovations to the lodge, so be careful while you try to discover them kind of there. And later on, it's almost noon at Grizzly Claw Lodge of on the 30th of July, 2019. Once the house guests made their appearance in the breakfast room for lunch, except for Adam, Lizette, and Billiam. And just as Sarah and I are about to go downstairs looking for Lizette, a thundering explosion rocks the cabin. A loud thud strikes on the east side of the cabin, and everybody runs to see what happens. Runs out the back patio and sees something dazzling on the side of the lodge. As we round the east corner of the lodge, we see bright fireworks shooting off of what used to be the hillside bunker. Ryan screams and points out what is Adam's body. Very dead and seared body. Williams, who is unharmed, who said what just happened. I heard an explosion because he's behind everybody, right? The reveal that he survived. And he goes, "Oh my gosh, Adam's dead!" In surprise. And Gavin's about to read and pull out cue cards to begin to start this case, which is at the time just Adam. The puppet master has given me 3 investigation locations for Adam's murder. You may investigate the crime scene, and as he's trying to continue, out of nowhere, the picture windows of the great room shatter and everyone is tossed backwards. Dust and shattered glass goes everywhere. Everyone starts screaming for their lives. And oh my god, no, Billy cries out. People try to wave away the dust clouding their vision. As debris settles, the house guests find a familiar figure in the middle of the great room. It's Lizette's main body. House guest Gavin whimpers to lie on the floor. It appears that the murderers, a duo, have thrown a curveball into today's investigation. Lizette and Adam have been murdered, meaning there is more than three. There are 7 locations to investigate. We have Adam's crime scene, the hillside bunker. Lizette's crime scene, part 1, construction site. Lizette's crime scene, part 2, the great room. Morgue for Adam, morgue for Lizette. Adam's last known whereabouts in the bedroom, and Lizette's last known whereabouts the massage parlor. So that's what happened. That's the story of what happened to Adam and Lizette. Unfortunately, for those two, see them go. It sucks to see them go, but someone had to be eliminated. I was assuming it was going to be one person, but maybe two. But either way, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And now moving forward, let's talk about what happened in regards to Lizette and regards to Adam and what did they're undoing their untimely passing. It all starts with Adam, and Adam's last known whereabouts in regards to in his bedroom. Because when going to his bedroom, you discover everything is mostly in order. His sheets are made, his luggage is still next to the door. On his bed, you see an envelope and a note. You pick up the note, and it reads of this: Adam, this is redacted. Lizette is the puppet master, and I have proof. I, I have a plan to get rid of her and get out up here without getting caught. Here's what we do: invite Lizette down to the massage parlor. I'll meet you down there. From there, play along when I offer you both a free acupuncture session. Once Lizette lays down, you'll help me tie her down with chains. Once she is restrained, we'll have enough time to escape the lodge. Lizette built a secret escape passage hidden in the storage bunker while we were gone. I managed to sneak in there and found receipts for the contractors with her name on it. I can show you them when we get in the bunker. Once we find the door to the passage, we can run to wherever it ends. The GPS tracker won't work underground, so don't worry about getting poisoned like I did. See you there at 9:40 p.m. Tell no one. Redacted. So first off, redacted is the puppet master getting Adam and Lizette in the same area, getting them together where he or she needed them to be. And then what happened? Excuse me. From there, and Lizette being at or part, where her last known was in the our massage parlor. And what we find out there, going on to the massage parlor, we'll see the massage table vomiting because of being poisoned. You see the acupuncture, it's chains draped around the edge of the massage table, the chains that's secured to the legs of the massage table and someone's ankle would rest. And anyway, massage table, we find a box that looks, it's a brown box, says acupuncture needles, sterile disposal. So that's where you put them after you use them. There are only a few needles left inside the box, but someone tells you not to touch them, so you leave them alone. Why? Because they're laced with poison, and you know not to touch them, otherwise you will fall the same fate as her. So Lizette was poisoned. But poison with what, you may ask? That be the mystery, because in the morgue, in regards to Lizette, you see she's from major trauma, so lying face down. You see the small needle sticking out of her back from the acupuncture, or what was supposed to be an acupuncture. You turn her body around, see her face is covered with the blood and glass from the jewels seem dripping from her mouth, along with some blood as well. Sweat on her forehead, with shards of glass all over her in general. Her arms and collarbone seem to be broken, and her ankles unusual bruising as well. That all being from the explosion, from the acupuncture itself, but she indeed dead. Where that happened. Now, in regards to happening to Lizette and her crime scene of where she was, I have a fall there. Lizette crashing from the front window, because it seemed like she crashed in from it, where you were standing. And where you stand, you look outside and you see the yellow excavator arms, the big machine there, and you see it just pointing in your direction. And you're standing exactly where her body not kind of, but did land in the great room. And you did find it, or so there was a close strategy to kill it and try to use Lizette's body to kill more people, but the point was just Lizette was a target. Again, also along with Adam. Situation. And the construction site, if I can speak, you go there, you doubt why you think it's even relevant to come here for the investigation. But as you notice, you see the tire tracks that lead to a wheelbarrow next to the yellow excavator. You look inside the wheelbarrow and see tiny little maggots caked with dried blood. You also see a set of blueprints on the wheelbarrow with the yellow excavator, not escalator. You look up at the arm of the yellow excavator and see it's raised high in the air to one side. Before you leave, you decide that you need to go somewhere else, and where I went was the cab of this machine. I'm trying to mess around the controls and nothing happens. But out of nowhere, everything starts spinning in circles, tossing you around the cab. And as you scramble, you desperately try to open the contraption that is a black box that is underneath the steering wheel. And you notice that this whole rig can be moved remotely, and that's what was done. See, in regards to Lizette and her undoing, that was in the form of poison and with what can only be of what we found in the riddle. With getting an advantage, forest trail. Gavin hands you a map of the estate and surrounding forest. He tells you to look for a white, flowery plant by the pond's shore. You take off into the night with a flashlight. The map leads you on a trail near the lodge's zipline. You start. You worry about the killer getting you, but as you arrive at the shore of a pond, though it is dark, through the dark, the light of your flashlight illuminates a plant that can only be described in looking like the poison hemlock plant. You flip over the map and find nothing written on the back. There's nothing besides the plant. You storm back to the lodge, thinking you've been royally screwed, or have you? Well, information for a reason. You haven't been screwed. Why? Because that is what Redacted, I'm sure the Puppet Master had, that was to entice Adam to leave. Meaning, Adam gets Lizette to come to the massage parlor. That's part of it. Get Lizette to the massage parlor, come together, and then play along with when Redacted asks them both if they want massages, or to do that. Then both tying her up, chaining her up, and then the killer using the needles and putting that on her, because also beyond she had the puncture wounds from the needles, there was also other as well, and that from the maggots as well. So he poisoned is as well, that being the undoing of Lizette. And then from there, Lizette wheelbarrow led to the construction area, put on the end of the contraption, not like contraption, but of the excavator, the excavator, and flung from there to where and where is where being the great room, and how that was done, that being able to be done remotely. Again, it's a duo, killer and puppet mask. It's amazing to me that because she's put in the bucket of the excavator, and that's from there thrown into the great room while we all were together, and an explosion happens that knocks us all back. That happened in the bunker, in that hillside bunker, east side of the. And what happened there? What happened there at the east side bunker? Well, let me tell you something there. When you go where Adam is killed, you notice you know things. The things are looking all right and not a miss, but you see the fireworks there, which we hear going off. Why? Because you see gasoline that's empty, right? Besides fireworks near the possible opening, shoot off. In the center of the bunker, you see a bottle of gasoline that is completely empty with a burnt match nearby, clearly used to set something or someone aflame or ablaze. So what happened? We just Dante Inferno'd his ass. Which is ironic for a different reason, but I don't need to get into that. But no. Killer lures Adam to the bunker, and from the bunker, douses him with the gasoline after first showing him what the map is, but he's turning it over. But they're gonna go, but no, you're not going anywhere. Douses him with that, burns him alive. And then with the fireworks, everything going off, choo 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 boom, choo choo boom, boom boom choo. And he and your body is what we discover there on the east side of the lodge. Excuse me. Now on the east side bunker, the hillside bunker, and where it was. So we got an explosion, a bomb, sort of, in a sense, boom, of that knocks us all back after everything that happened there. Lizette was already missing. Adam, we found dead. Lizette, bomb, boom, click, click, boom for that, boom, 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 bomb. Remotely moving the excavator, throwing Lizette in there, glass shattering, and everything, which, and then everything ending there, which made you think, oh, the explosive is what got Lizette at first thought. But then, remember, now that we have the facts, she was in the massage parlor. She was those areas. Making an fact, that is what happened to them both. And unfortunately, that is the end of them. Was that not by poisoning the maggots? More so poisoning. And the plant and Adam literally being burned alive. And like I said, in regards to the riddle, seeing nothing in the back and feeling like you're screwed. Well, that's how Adam felt. Adam felt like he was royally screwed when he was told that he would be able to escape. He got halfway, he's looking at it, flipping it over, like, what the heck? But it's already too late. With the match, burn him alive, he's trying to come back to the house to warn people, because he literally saw the killer, because the killer was with him. So, Sarah, who got the information, felt royally screwed because, taking the map and going where it's going. But that's where he found the plant. That's where the killer got it. He got his necessary items from going out to using his own map, going to find where it is. The poisonous hemlock plant, bringing it back to the lodge, dousing it like you put strawberry and chocolate in the in the part in the acupuncture needle contraption thing, so to speak, and then that being put into Lizette and then into her body and streaming, blood streaming, boom, 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 in that regard. Everything is planning. There's construction going on. While we were gone and away, the puppet master came back and made some altercations, made some I guess new construction plans that fell as great people. And that's fine. I respect that. I do. But that's what happened. That's the setup to it. Construction going on. Um, Tracks all around because driving with the excavator everywhere. The secret to get it back. And wherever it takes you out. Well, where that takes you out, it takes you out down within the forest. And then from the forest trail, that's where the killer gets the plant needed. In regards to Lizette and in regards to Adam, it was just a trap. Another way to put it. Trapped. Nowhere to go. But hey, you don't scare me, Puppet Master. You certainly don't scare me either, Gibbler. You both are on my list, and I will find you. I will unmask you both. I'll be the winner. I think you're crafty. I think you're smart. I think you know exactly all that you're doing. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you both. Rebecca, Puppet Master. William, Killer. You know all I have to say. Run.